Hey everybody, welcome back to Workers and Resources. I hope you're having a great day because we have so much stuff to design and build today. If you're one of those people who are like, I just want gameplay, man, just shut up and build things. All right, first off, stop being rude, but you are in luck because this is the episode for you. So let's get started. We're building the rail line. And the steel is nearly completed. This is pretty exciting. We also have a lot of other types of buildings and stuff that are getting there, right? Both storage is working. We got forklifts doing their thing. Pretty pumped about that. So today, we're not gonna do the tourism just yet, but I'm starting to build this. All right, I'm starting to build the heating line. It's going all the way over here. This is about 200,000 rubles to build this with my money, and I'd rather not spend it on this. I'd rather spend it on what we're going to spend money on today. And oh yes, are we going to spend money today? We're going to spend some time in Charlabinsk today because we have 2 completely new production lines to set up today. I want all of it at least designed. We're going to build it with our own resources, of course. It's going to take time, but it's wild, all right? And I'm finally going to see whether or not this grand master plan I've had with this rail line is going to work, okay? Because this is the time, all right? Let's figure out first the first component to making our own clothing. That's what we're focusing on today, clothing. We need to put clothes on people's backs. It's not that complicated of a process, but it does require a process. The first components we need, check out construction. We're going to go to, I think, various industry, clothing factory. Okay, to make our own clothing, we're going to start at the end, work our way backwards kind of thing here. We need fabric. This is the only thing this thing consumes is fabric, okay? Doesn't really create a whole lot of pollution, doesn't really use a whole lot of power, but it needs fabric. So let's go to fabric. The fabric factory requires crops, chemicals, and power. It produces 5 fabric per workday. 2 of these will satisfy 4 of these, so it's 1-to-2 ratio, kind of. However, we're still going to do 2 and 2, and I'll explain why later. So anyway, we need to get crops and chemicals. Well, we're not making chemicals yet, so that's the next step. Figure out how to make chemicals, and I forget where it is. Right here. The chemical plant requires gravel, wood, crops, oil, and a bunch of power. Okay, it also produces a good amount of pollution. We're going to want to put it away from people if we can. Okay, so the chemicals are what we're focusing on today. Now, why am I zoomed into this area? You may not have been wondering that, but I'm going to let you know. Well, the first reason is because we have gravel here. Yay, awesome, cool. Crops, very close by. It's just a short drive from there. Okay, not bad, cool, it'll work. Oil, well, we got a line we can tap into right here. Right? And we're going to have to swap this out for one that's a splitter, but, whatever. It's fine. We have one right here. Okay? And wood. Now, we don't have any wood directly here. Most of that's being used on boards and lumber and stuff, and we're going to keep that being consistently the same thing like that. But I can set up another woodcutter? Yeah, wood cutting post. All right? And honestly, the quality of the source around here is not bad. 70%, 72%, etc. It's acceptable, and we're going to use it. So I'm going to have a wood cutting post, I think, started right about here. We're going to have it be... Actually, before we do that, let's make sure this thing is okay, and we'll figure out the spacing. So we're gonna spend a lot of rubles today. All of you guys who were like, dude, you have so much money, spend it. I did, and I do, and I'm still going to. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna delete this. We're gonna pull this line back just a little bit too. And we're gonna swap this out. Instead of having a merger like this, we're gonna have it be a splitter like this. Okay, now, for whatever reason, the developer thought it would be a good idea to have that take the road in another direction. I don't know why, but that's just the way that worked out. I also don't know how far or how long this pipe is. It looks like it's pretty long, like to the point where I maxed out the distance here. So I might need precision placement here. So for that reason, I guess I'm gonna have to pull this road back too. Okay, so we're gonna get an underground pumping station set up right here, and I'm hoping that it is gentle to me here. so that I can get this connected. Okay, that works, and that works. Okay, good. We're gonna build all this stuff with rubles. It's gonna happen. We want pretty much everything we're building today that interrupts the existing supply line will be built with rubles. Most of the other stuff is gonna be resources because we can. So we're gonna do that. But don't worry, there's a lot of things we're doing today that's gonna interrupt the existing supply line. So we're gonna be spending rubles today. So let's build this up. And it should be hooked to power right away, and we're good. Okay, now we're gonna set priorities on this. This is output 1. We want that to be the highest priority. And then output 2 is, I think 3 is what we're looking for to be medium. It's this side. So we're gonna leave that alone. For now, that's good. Let's figure out where we want our wood cutting station. And I'm thinking I probably just put it right next to this. Where in the world am I? Right here. Yep. Wood cutting post. It's okay. 68, 70, 72%. It's not bad. I think I can actually get away with this by just planting trees. I don't think you really have to position this for them. I can just plant a bunch of trees here, which is a pretty realistic thing. People will just plant trees if they need to. So why don't we wait on the wood cutting post until we've placed the other thing we want to place, which is, of course, the chemical plant. So we're going to look for chemical plants. You could maybe have this video be a tutorial on how to make clothes if you want. I'm obviously not doing it in a tutorial format, but if you follow along, you'll get it. It'll be fine. So I think I'm gonna take the chemical plant here. Now this is gonna produce 0.81 tons of chemicals if it's maxed out. We need 60 workers to max it out. 0.81 tons of chemicals. Let's take a look really quick at our fabric factory. This is gonna consume 0.5 tons. So since we're having 2 fabric factories, we're going to want to have basically 1 ton of chemicals being produced on an ongoing basis. However, we're not going to have them fully saturated with workers all the time. And so I think for my purposes and for what I care about, 0.81 is close enough. As long as we can max out chemical plant production, we don't necessarily need to be full on fabrics because we're already overproducing fabrics relative to clothing. Okay, so clothing consumes 2.4. Fabric consumes or is going to produce 5. So assuming both of these are completely maxed out, we still have a little bit of extra fabric being done, and we're making 2 of these, so that's 10 tons of fabric being made, and clothing is only going to consume like just under 5 because we're only making 2 clothing factories for now. Okay. So, at least for my purposes and what I'm doing, we're only doing 2. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the chemical factory, which is over here somewhere. I never remember where it is. And I think I'm gonna make this be about here. I want this to be a little bit closer to, we can maybe just do it here. It's fully lined up here, but the trick here though is not gonna be oil and wood. That's easy. The gravel is going to be the trick. So I think actually what I should do is do the gravel first. And this is not flighty, okay? All 3 of these things have to be done. It doesn't matter what order we do them. This is where we're going to start spending money because we have this supply is going to get interrupted a little bit. So I'm going to need to get the gravel from here brought in and moved into this area. I could use this output. Let's just go into conveyors really quick. I could use this output and try to redirect it this way, but that's actually pretty difficult to do with this road. In fact, this entire process is fairly difficult to do with this road here. It interrupts a lot of conveyor belts. So we're gonna need to destroy this road. This whole road needs to go. As unfortunate as that is. And also this needs to go, this needs to go, and this needs to go, yeah. So we're gonna basically interrupt all of this temporarily so that we can get the conveyors in, and then we're gonna redraw the roads, okay? So the first thing is I'd like to get off of this if I can. I'd like to come off of this side, right about there. That actually works just fine for me. So why don't we go ahead and do, well, I don't know if it works just fine because I need that road there, right? I will need the road to continue on. Why don't we mark the road with a plan first? And I know what you're saying. Didn't you just destroy? Yes, but give me a second. Okay, so there. And I'm gonna go I want to make sure I can get it in there. This is the problem. So I need the road to be closer. That's the issue. I think the road just needs to hug this just a little bit more. Yeah, just get right up in there, man. I know there's a helicopter in our ears. I'll try to ignore it. Unless you like helicopter sounds, in which case, you're welcome. Let's go like this. Come on, hook it up. Oh, there, right there. Okay, now hopefully, if I do this, I can get that road to continue under, because this was my biggest problem, is getting to here. And it doesn't look like that'll let me yet, but can I get it if I plan this straight? Okay. Yeah, can I go through here at all? Anywhere at all? Wow. Okay, hang on. Let's figure out where this can go under. Can this go under here? No. So in order to get this over here, I'm going to have to use 2 conveyors. This was my concern before. I think I'm going to actually come off of this side, because I think it's going to give me a little bit more room. Okay, helicopters, get the heck out of here. Can you please just land for a second? I know, you're going to try to get asphalt, and it's not going to work, and that's okay. I just want your engine out of my ear for a second, okay? Thanks. I think it will... There you go. There you go. Ah. Peace and quiet. Okay, so let's get... I think I want you to go like this. Yeah, so I'm gonna come off of the storage. We only need to send gravel this direction when we're making asphalt. The rest of the time we want to send it that way anyway. So, and then the chemical plant's gonna have its own internal storage to, you know, cover that. We also have this road connection. I really need this connected. That's like a necessity. So I think I have to keep that, as unfortunate as that is. Yeah, that has to be there. I can't afford that to be disrupted. Because that's just all of my construction happening over there. They all come here to get that gravel. So let's see about this again. And right about... come on, you can do it. I believe in you. I really don't, but I just need to tell you that so that you have the confidence. There. There. Problem is I can't connect that conveyor to the road. Doesn't matter, though. I have helicopters for fires. I think since I have helicopters for fires, I'm going to say it doesn't matter. There. And then I want you to connect over to here. Right over here, please. Yes. Okay. Now, if... Nope, I don't want that connection. If I can get the road in here, then we're good. Because this road was a pain in the butt when I was, like, testing this idea out. Oh, come on. Stop being a pain. Yes! Right there. Okay. So that hooks everything up. It keeps everything good. Pay for it. Everything gets paid for. Everything gets paid for. Here we go. Pay for it. Actually, I didn't need to pay for this one. I needed to pay for this one. That was dollars, but okay, cool. I actually don't want to spend dollars. I don't want to spend dollars. I want to have everything be spent with rubles. Because over time, as I understand it, over time, and maybe I don't understand it correctly, I don't know, rubles become kind of less valuable so when it comes to purchasing things, like the purchasing power of the ruble, right? So, like, you want to kind of store you dollars if you can, I think. I could be wrong on that. Just like a thing I read on the internet. I read things on the internet every once in a while. All right, so this is no longer disrupted. We can continue on and do things. But importantly, it gets the gravel from this storage and brings it over here. That's the important thing here. So now we want to bring even further, if we can get it over there. Very awesome. Okay, we're going to start building this stuff with rubles because we don't need it right away. And unfortunately, this walking path is going to have to go too. Unless I can bring it this way, which I don't know. Should I? Let's just test this out and see what we get with this. So we'll do that. And then let's get our chemical plant sorted out here. Figure out where we want it. So there's an intake on this side for that conveyor belt, right? Eventually. You know, I might need to reposition that. I think I'm going to need to reposition it anyway. Let's just get rid of it. So the chemical plant, I want to also get it hooked up with the oil. So if I put it over here, if I put it over Yeah, maybe even here would be fine, because then I could... No, I think maybe the wood has to be connected to that conveyor, or to that factory connection. Let's plant it here for a second, just to place something down, all right? Put something on paper, right? If I was to do this, hypothetically, I could take my woodcutter and it would connect to that factory, but I would want to connect it, well, yeah, I would want to connect it with forklifts and stuff anyway, right? So, let's get a road. Let's just, asphalt, we can use asphalt for this. We'll use an asphalt road to about here. And then, actually, we could get away with bringing this all the way over, but I think not. Let's bring you all the way over, though, like this. Okay, all planning, right? This is going to go like that. Man, I really wanted you to curve, like, differently. I could bring you back this way. All right. The woodcutter is going to be, I think, right here. 68, 68, 70%. It doesn't matter. We're going to overproduce wood here anyway, so I think we'll have it be... My only concern is that if I place forklifts and stuff here, I'm going to get in the way of this conveyor. We should place that first. We should place that first. So I can get it to here. So assuming I get you like this and then like this, yeah, it's going to have to be like that. All right. So this hooks everything up with gravel. We'll have constant gravel that way. Good. So now we just need to get the woodcutter hooked up, and that is going to need to have a couple of things. We're going to need a factory crossing for this so that we can get the forklifts in here. Probably about like this. And then the forklift garage is going to go in over here probably. This is just as good as any spot, I guess. That hooks this up to the main thing, and of course that will solidify the roads to be built and stuff too, because why not? All right. Then, because that road is already kind of in motion, I'm actually going to leave this so that they build this in one big go. If I try to connect it like that, it'll separate this into two separate projects, so we'll just let that go for now. But the woodcutter, we can place it, I'm thinking like right here, 70%. If I place it on this side, can I get away with this side? That would be, that's the forklift though, which forklifts can totally move things through themselves to get into production, right? I don't know. I hope it can, because I want storage here, so I think we're going to. I think we're going to go, we're going to see if they can do that. I think they can. We could also maybe consider doing it this way. Maybe we do it this way with... Oh, wait, what happened? I thought I placed... Didn't I place that? Hey, now. Pretty sure I placed that. Yep. Guess I didn't before, but all right. Factory connection. Can we make that work? Yes. Okay, good. We'll have that be a thing instead. That way I can still get storage and stuff over here pretty easily. In fact, can I actually connect both of you up? Ooh. That would have been fancy. Too fancy. So fancy, it just might work. Come on now. I believe in you. Oh, I saw it, dude. You can't lie to me. I saw you. Just come out of hiding. Got it. Okay, so all this is all connected up and stuff. And now we can get storage. I think just an open storage is fine here. And we're going to want to have this be... Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. Okay, never mind. We don't need to be fancy. Forget it. I just don't want to move this. So we're going to have this be back here instead, which is the original plan. So we're going to go about here. And I am concerned about the lack of space related to that other building. But if I place you here... Can I get just like a dirt road? I can still do that, right? Like a dirt road? No, not really. Well, yeah, really. I can just do it this way, right? And then hook it up from there. I gotta believe that that's not too far. I'm pretty sure I could do that. So we'll let that go. I already split this thing into 2 projects anyway, dang it. Whatever, 8,000 rubles. Bah, I'll let them build this. Okay, so this hooks up wood, which will be over here. And to help with that, all we're gonna do is go in here and we're gonna say, hey, can you just like, I don't know, plant some trees in this area? And, you know, maybe we'll just get some trees in here. No big deal, right? Lots and lots of trees, yada, yada, yada. Okay, we planted them. So wood cutting, we'll have forklifts that'll take the stuff from the woodcutter and deliver it to storage. They can also move it between storage and here. It's important to have storage so that you have this overflow, right? You want to have this sort of this ongoing supply. You don't want to rely on picking up the supply directly from the woodcutter every time you need it. It's just going to be these constant micro trips, as opposed to here where it's a pretty short trip to just bring things in, again, off the road, right? Gravel's coming in automatically. So very good there. So the next thing for chemicals is crops. No, sorry, oil. Then we'll talk about crops. So oil. Let's get the pipeline set up. Underground should be a fairly straightforward thing to bring that to here. And we will, of course, build that with our resources. Okay. Now, we're not going to do any extra storage tank overflow over here, okay? Not going to bother with that because I got enough of that happening over here. This is just going to pull it off when it needs it. High priority to the rest of the storage and output and all that stuff, but it's going to pull it in when it needs it. And chemicals, actually, the chemical plant actually has an import of 20 tons of oil. So it can hold 20 tons of its own oil just sort of in its own storage, right? And I think that's going to be sufficient. If it's not, we'll adjust. But I mean, it's literally pulling it off the pump jacks directly. So I don't think it really needs it. If it was being manually hauled with trucks, then of course we would do a tank for overflow. But since it's pulling it off direct, no. Okay. So the next thing is crops. Now this one is the only one we cannot hook up automatically, okay? Crops will not fit in here, but we have a distribution office and that can take care of it. We can also have dedicated trucks doing it. That can take care of it too. I think we're probably just gonna stick with the distribution office doing it. That's one of the reasons why this thing was built and why it has so many covered trucks is because of that. Because I knew I was doing this ahead of time in this zone. Where we're gonna have to get the trucks or the crops is gonna be over here. We have our second agro farm, that's done. And this whole thing here is gonna get rebuilt. So right away, I'm gonna go ahead and just dump this. It's not built the way I want it initially anyway. We're gonna get rid of it. This area is gonna get a whole redo, okay? There's gonna be a huge redo here, okay? And I think you're gonna like the results, I think. I know I'm gonna like the results, so I'm hoping that you do as well. The whole area is getting a facelift. Even things that you don't think is changing will change, and there's good reasons for it doing so. First thing, this helipad. I know, seems irrelevant. This path is going. Goodbye. Bye-bye. All the way over to there, okay? Yep, all of it. And then we can actually just replace this with a little gravel road. It doesn't matter. We're gonna have that gravel road go all the way over to there, okay? You can go ahead and build that. Anything that's not mission critical, I will say, our own resources will cover it. No big deal. Second thing, we are going to destroy this. And I'm gonna wait for that forklift to leave and goodbye. Okay, next thing, we're gonna build this with our money because I need this hooked up again. And it's gonna go probably right about here. Probably there. So let's build this with rubles like so. The angle here, the angle is important, but probably could have waited to do this, but whatever. We'll do that for now. Okay, you'll see why that's important in a second. Or a couple minutes, I don't know. However long this video is. Next thing to do, we are gonna move this. This is a great thing. I like it, but it's in the way, okay? And I didn't think it was gonna be in the way, but I've spaced out how big the chemical plants are, and it's in the way. So we're gonna move this. and it's going to be fine. Everything's still going to work exactly the way I wanted. It's just instead of happening over here, it's going to happen over here. So first thing to do is we're going to just delete it. Goodbye. And of course, all of this is getting built with our own rubles and stuff. So with our rubles, we're going to retrace that track. I think probably there is okay. We can leave that. And same thing with this segment. I think it's probably okay to leave that little bit there, but everything else is going to go. Now I need to wait for the dust to clear, and this truck's going to get this train is going to get pretty confused, but it's already on its way back this way, so it's going to work out. We're going to change its route anyway. Okay, we're going to reposition this as a unload loading station here. We're going to reposition this on this side. Okay, and it's going to go right about here, as close as we can on this side to provide flexibility, maximum flexibility. Yeah, as close as we can on this track. So probably right about here. Let's not build it with rubles just in case my aim is off on this as far as where this needs to go, because we also have to consider the road for this too. Although if there's a fire, which is unlikely, but if there is, hi. Fire station right here with helicopters. Okay. However, I'm probably just gonna take and hook this up with a dirt road right behind this. That's what I was hoping for. It will fit. Yeah, this can go that way. Yep. Okay, good. Okay, so that's gonna be acceptable. And the pipes. Let's go to underground. Dun dun dun. Okay, so this pipe is gonna get redirected, and it's gonna end up getting connected here instead. And you won't let me do it because reasons. Hi, you're supposed to go underground? Oh, you silly bitch. Okay. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Okay. That, of course, is rubles. And that's just going to do same thing as before, right? It's pumping, it's getting access to this directly and popping it into there. Cool. Now, I need to make sure, I should have checked this before I built that pipe. Oh, well. Hopefully it'll work. Let's see. We want the wood train track. This road, by the way, is gone. This road's needs to be deleted. In fact, you know what? This road also is gone. Yep, and so are these power lines. I'll show you in a second. All of this stuff's gone, okay? Yeah, I think probably to here. We'll see if I need to move it from there further. I don't think I do, but we'll see. This road is also gone. And we'll rebuild the roads with our resources, but the road itself needs to go. And I really hope you don't delete the train track. You suck. All right, bring it right there. Before somebody says, why not just use the road deletion? There is no road deletion tool. I've had somebody say that too. You should just use the road deletion tool. There is none. Where's the road deletion tool? That's what I thought. How about the rail one? Doesn't exist. Stop telling me to do things that don't work. You know, I think this. Here we go. Fine. I'm spending money anyway, right? Let's just do it. This to here, and build it. Okay. This road is gonna get replaced, and we're gonna do something pretty cool with this. I'm not gonna say I'm excited. That might be an overstatement, but I'm excited on how this is going to turn out, hopefully. All right, so the rail needs to connect to this. So we're just going to go like this. Aha! I found the problem. Okay, now there is a line disconnection tool, so we will use that. However, we're going to need to replace the track just like this, and then connect it like so. Okay, that's gonna get built with rubles too, because it's directly, it's gonna be part of the export route, so we're gonna want to connect all this stuff up too. Now this is the only questionable thing, all right, and it's kind of like whatever, right? If I refuel, the train cannot get to the fuel anymore, right? And now that this is on this side of the track, fuel needs to be gathered at the end of the route before exporting. It can't be at the beginning before going to oil. So we need to directly connect this in a way to where the train, if it doesn't refuel, can easily get it. And if it does refuel, can easily get it. Now I think it will be okay to just do this. I want to say it's probably just fine to do that. But it's like, I don't really want this thing going through the fuel station just to get here whenever. Plus, there's going to be another train in here. I keep saying it, but I mean it. There's going to be another train using this to get to here. And because of that, I think it's probably best to have an alternative route. So I'm going to try, I think right after this semaphore, we're going to see about going like that. There it is. Okay. And the train that's going to use this, it might be long. I don't know. It'd be nice actually to kind of get it to be a little bit further out, right? Like if you know you're going to do this, yeah. Like if you know you're going there, then just go there, man. That's probably a healthier thing. It allows a longer train to exist here without interfering with the rest of the track. And I get it. I'm mix matching wood tracks and steel tracks. I did that. I know. I'm not going to change that because it's money, but I did it, and we're just gonna live with it. It's fine. All right, this is fully connected, so let's go ahead and just pay for that with rubles. Now I need to come over here. This train's route needs to be adjusted. So we're going to take the route here, and we're gonna change. Oh, did you just? Oh, you did move it. Ah, you moved it out. Well, that's good. All right, fine, I guess. So the customs house is that's gonna get deleted. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna load up all your stuff here, and then after that, you're gonna load here. All right, and you're just gonna load fuel. And that changes the route, and that makes everything okay. So now it's gonna do this first, and then it gets fuel. Cool, cool. Now, why do I need this out of the way? Well, because over here, we're gonna have a warehouse. I don't know how I'm gonna get all this done in the right video, man. This might be a 2-video thing. It's taking forever. It's a big undertaking. I think there's gonna be a part 1 and part 2 of clothing here. So we have a warehouse that's gonna go right about here. Before I place this, I wanna know where the rest of my buildings are. But this warehouse is gonna go here. It's going to connect all of this. This is why we deleted these roads. We're gonna connect this aggro area. All of this stuff gets connected with clothing. But I still want these roads. So how do I have roads crossing factory connections? It doesn't allow it. Well, you might have guessed, but if you didn't guess, I'm gonna share it with you now. We're going over. We're going over the train tracks too. We're gonna build a bridge. Lift it up, and we're gonna go about here. Should be good. I don't think it needs to go quite this tall, but because I want to also go over the train tracks, I'm gonna go up a little bit more. About there. Now these are all gonna be planned, all right? Until I know factory connections will go underneath, I'm planning these. So what I need to do on this side is to come straight over. About here should do. Maybe we go about here actually, just enough to where. Yeah, and then do we want this to kind of be a smoother curve kind of thing? I think I do. I want to kind of just a little curve here. Just so it's smooth, right? Not jarring. Probably about here. Put the posts like that. Yeah, that looks better. All right, and then this takes it down and connects. Hey there, power lines. How are ya? Bye-bye. Bring you down like so, and we want to get it close to the ground. Oh boy, well, I think this will work. Can I? Yep, right in there, and all the way to the ground, please. Yep, like that, and then hook it up. Good. So that is the exact same road we just had, except now it's lifted over the train tracks, which means the cars no longer need to wait for trains, but it also means that we can get a factory connection underneath this. And it should be right about there, yep. Right about there. So that gives us factory connection we're looking for, see? Now, I don't want to place it yet, because I don't know where the warehouse is going to be, but that at least is step 1 to getting this area connected over with this area. So the second one, of course, as you might have guessed, because I basically just showed you how it's done, we're going to have another bridge. This one's a little bit more tricky because there's not as much room to come down. So instead of connecting here like it used to, this looks odd, doesn't it? I think that looks really, well, lack of a better term, it looks kind of bad. So we're going to do this instead. Yep. Build it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Stop. Oh, boy. That was expensive. Hang on. No, 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 no. I don't know if I want to build that yet. Hang on a second. It's very expensive to build this bridge. This bridge is super pricey. Like, and I might have other things. I hate how that works. Okay, so it built a little bit of it, but kind of whatever, I guess. I think we're okay. Yeah, it's 23. We got 2.3. We're fine. Okay, so this is all connected now. It doesn't look as ugly. So this bridge, what this is going to do is, and I don't want to build this until I'm done, okay? I need to make sure it all fits together before those bridges, because this is like 100,000, 150,000 rubles to build these bridges combined, I think. A couple, 200,000 or something. Anyway, we're going to build another bridge. And I'm choosing this one, by the way, because it puts the distance between pillars at 24 meters as opposed to 20 meters. So there is a method to which one I'm selecting here. It's because I want those pillars a little bit further apart. And ultimately, it's giving me that space that I want, right? This one here also has more pillars. It looks a little interesting, but there's less space between them. And you can see like underneath like that too, there's like 4, or I guess there's 5, right? Which makes this a little bit more versatile. I think it does. Like you can curve this one a little sharper than the other bridge because of that. But it doesn't give me as much space in between, right? Actually, maybe you can't curve it more. Maybe it's all the same on the curve. The point is the spacing between the pillars, though, okay? So we're going to bring this up, I think, as fast as we can. I don't know if I need... Well, let's just see how this goes. We're going to bring this over to about here. Then I need to actually bring it down pretty quickly. So I'm going to go about here with it, I think. And then it's going to start going down. Oh, that's about what I'm looking for, actually. Yeah. Question is whether or not that actually will meet up the way I want. It looks like it might. Yes, it will. Okay, good. So there's that bridge. That was a little bit easier than I thought it would be. However, it's not done yet because we still have to hook this stuff up. So I want to have a road that's coming from this side, and it's gonna have to come from about here, I think, straight down across here, and this will actually be on the ground. It's gonna actually cross the tracks. But the purpose for this road is to give me something to connect the warehouse to later. So I just need to make sure it'll cross, and it will cross. So I'm gonna leave that alone. We're gonna say build with resources, and then we will selectively choose which ones to pay for. Because these are not mission critical roads, but they're, it's a thing. So let's take a look at factory connections. I want to get this brought in about like this. Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Through here, please. Come on. Right about, yeah, like that. Right about there, I think will work just fine. Okay, that works. So the road here, this is just to a tank. And it's to a tank that we do not need for trucks. Trucks are using that tank. So this can just be a dirt road. Yep, and we're just gonna bring that dirt road. Oh. Boo. All right, no problem. This is what we trained for. That road that's coming straight down is gonna be the one that we connect to there. Then this one's a problem because it is really, yeah, this one's too close. I need this to not be a thing. Hang on. So everything is really tight. And you might be saying, well, dude, why don't you just use, I mean, you have a lot of space, right? Why not use your space? Having things super condensed when it comes to production dramatically reduces transportation times, which speeds up efficiency. I want everything off the road and I want it nice and tight together. And that's kind of the reason why everything's built the way it is. So I may need to move this is where I'm getting here to connect this to the factory. I wasn't going to build this yet before, but now I am. So I think maybe the road goes first. And it doesn't have to be super good as a road, but... well, it does have to move over. Man, it really does not like tight corners, does it? What if we moved... What if I had you go across here? You won't do it? Oh, there it goes. What if I went across here with... No, I can't because I have to have that factory connection. Now this might work. If I can get it to just behave. It was allowing me to do this. There it goes. So I'm hoping I can... Yeah, why don't we see about this factory connection first. I want to get that hooked to the road. It's a fairly important thing. Trucks and stuff use the silos, so... let's get... Maybe about like this. Maybe as close to this tank as possible. That might be a good idea. It just means that that other road for that other tank just absolutely cannot... This will connect. Like so. Yeah, that road is definitely got to go the other way. Definitely does. So it's going to have to go like this. I don't know where, though. Well, it can go through here. Yeah, let's go take the road and curve it through here. That should be good, because this road is coming through to connect the warehouse, and we can just have this dirt road connect here. That's okay with me. Okay. It's this one that's the problem, and as long as it can curve in past this bridge, which it almost gets there. It's so close. Let's redo this bridge really quick. I want this road to come in about like this. And then the bridge. Can we have the bridge go up like this? Yep, there we go. That's probably better here. And then hopefully now I can have you curve. Yep, just like that. And you can hook up with the trucks. Okay, good. We'll build that. And this is part of the truck route, so I'm going to go ahead and have this built with rubles, solidify that. We have the bridge kind of working its way in. Okay, so all of this needs to be rebuilt. Let's make sure that the forklifts can do this. There we go. Okay, forklifts can get back to the silo now. Okay, so 2 bridges going over top the tracks. We've moved the fuel source and reconfigured the trade route. And now we can get the factories in the places that we need them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the fabric factories. The fabric is a slightly smaller little factory configuration here, and it's going to have to be kind of positioned a little bit weird, but it'll work. Okay, so we're going to bring it all the way over as close to this pump jack as we can, and probably place it in about here. Let's go ahead and do that first. The second one is going to be placed up here, flipping this direction so that the road goes that way. And we're just going to go about right up, like this. Okay, so there's our 2 factory connections. So where we want this, we want aggregate storage for the fabrics because we have extra. So I'm gonna need that too. I may want to move that forklift somewhere else. Possible. We might move the forklift. We will see. First thing is to get the factory connection set up so that all of this is just hooked up to each other. So I want you... that would be cool, actually, if you would do that, but you won't. So let's have you come in about like... Yeah, you know, this will work just fine. We'll go about here with it. This first one. That's good. It connects this port here to these 3 buildings. Then we're going to have another junction. And it can go probably, let's say, here-ish. I'm going to go with here-ish. Okay, then we want a storage, small open storage. I don't think it stores, no, that doesn't store fabrics. The warehouse might just have to be storing all the excess fabrics. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't, but I may need to just do it that way. We'll see. See, I would like to have some overflow on fabrics. It won't be connected to the rail, so ignore the rail connection. This one won't be connected to the rail, I mean. But the hope is that I can get something that at least connects for excess fabrics. So I'm thinking probably right here. Yeah, let's go with right there. Now here's another problem, though, is that I think this might be too close to allow me to make a road. Yeah, it's going to count this as being too close to the intersection. So I'll have to reposition this. All right, so I've moved this, and it's a little finicky, but just a little bit back, there is a spot here where if you do it perfectly, somewhere right there, you pixel hunt it, you can get over the tracks. And that's what I'm mostly looking forward to here, is just getting in there. So I know it can do it, so let's move on. We got to get factory connections hooked to there, and then I want that overflow. Same thing on this side. We're going to go about like this, and we're just going to bring this down a little bit so that I can do the same thing with this one. I think probably here is fine. A little tight, right? But it should still do the job it's meant to do right about there. Let's make sure the road goes, and it does indeed. Okay, we have we have a way to do that. So these two things are set up the way we want, or the way I want. You're just like, okay, I'll take your word for it. So we got 2 fabrics, our overflow for additional fabrics if needed. Let's make sure everything's hooked up to the forklifts, and we're probably going to need another forklift too. Also, it looks like this is not getting fueled. And this is very confused train. Yeah, I did a thing. I'll have to fix the signals. We'll leave this mostly paused, and then I'll have to fix the signals. I messed things up with that now. Let's go with factory connection. Here it is. So if I was to bring you... Yeah, there's no way there's enough space there for another... Well, maybe. You know, there might be. Space for another forklift. I don't think so, but I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I think maybe there is. Let's see. If I was to go about like this. Oh, it needs a road anyway. Yeah, never mind. The forklift will have to be on this side, which is doable. Actually, we could just add it on this side. This is more doable. Yeah, we'll probably just put it here. Provided it can... Well, it's going to get in the way of that. I'll figure that out offline. The forklift thing is not that big of a deal. Okay, so what we really want to do, though, is make sure that all of this is hooked up to here, because... Right about like that. I don't need all of the connections. I just need this and this, because this is coming over here and this is already here, right? So this is where our clothing factories are going to be located, and it's also where another warehouse, and this is the one that needs to go to the rail, and it's pretty important where it gets positioned. It has to service every single product we're making in this entire area. So I'm gonna probably place it maybe here. It's got to meet up with that road. So let's place it right here. Make sure that this doesn't get in the way of that track being able to get placed. So I'm gonna need to remove that track. Hi, thanks for the autosave. I appreciate that. Most likely this deletes a portion I don't want to delete. Yeah, it's just the way it goes. So we'll reconnect that, pay for it. And then I need you to probably go... You're a concrete line. It doesn't have to be a concrete line. It can all be wood. It's not a big deal. Probably right about here. I want it to be a fairly long train potentially, so because it's gonna kind of take everything everywhere. So we'll go about like that. Okay, good. And then you're gonna hook up on this side. That's probably fine, actually. Yep, right there. Let's build. That can be built with That could be built with resources, actually. Although I'm not sure how you're getting there. Well, I mean, the rail construction can totally get there. I think. No. It cannot. And that's actually a problem because the train that comes here needs to go this direction. So we'll have to add some additional rails on this side too. We have this one. That's pretty nice. It's a two-way line. I think we should also have a line that takes them directly over to here. Yeah, that's all right. This actually works both ways. I like this. This train track deviating like this. Some of you might cringe, but I think this actually flows really well. Because it lets the train come from this middle track. It can transition here real quick and then go. It can go like this and then around, right? If it needs to. This section is one way, but we can make this. I think we can make this an exception. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll play. I'll fix the signals. It's not a huge deal. We're building it with resources right now anyway. Should we fix this thing? We should probably fix this thing too. Because I want this export, right? We're not making any money right now, so. Let's see how did I mess this up? I mean, obviously I moved this over here and that introduced new tracks, and that's probably introducing a lot of other confusion with this train. So it goes this way, it grabs this, it goes, we want to chain here, takes people that direction, and I think that fixes it. I hope anyway that fixes it, because it's chaining up to the ones that are next to it. Should be anyway. You should be chaining up to the ones next to you. There's no reason for you to stop here. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. You're on the wrong track. Oh, wait. No, you're not. You're on the right track. What? You should be connected directly to all of these. Although, you might be chained to the wrong... Let's try this. Can you do that? You're chained to the ones next to you or adjacent to you, then... You should be able to go through here. Maybe it's this signal. Oh, you know what it is? Oh, it's not the signals. It has nothing to do with the signals. Yeah, this is a whole new train line. And this is a whole new track line, right? The merger is here. I need the merger to be up here now. That's why. So you need to go like... this. Build that. That's the problem. That will fix it. So that train will export now. Okay, so hang on. Okay, I was gonna say you better, because I don't know how else to fix you. Yeah. It's just the fact that there's no way to get to its destination now. Okay, so here's our warehouses. Our warehouses? Yeah, our warehouses, all right? And what we're gonna do is clothing factories. So all of this is connected with fabrics being moved over here with forklifts and all that nonsense. So we're gonna have 2 clothing factories. And I could place one right here. I have to place the other one a little bit differently, but I think this will probably be okay. We'll place you here. Place the other one over here. I think this will be an acceptable area here, provided I can get the roads all put in place. So let's talk about that a little bit. And I'm hoping to have room for another forklift, but let's just make sure I can get the roads put in anyway. So this actually could go straight down if there was a connector here, but there isn't. So let's get all the factory connections first so that I know where I'm going here. So I think maybe this is okay. It gives me room for a forklift. Primarily, I need room for that road. I can't go this way because otherwise I won't be able to connect this to the rest of the forklift network. So this road has to go first just to make sure it can fit. I'm going to wrap it all the way around. Yeah, that is very close. Does work, but I'm worried I can't get the factory connection in here. Yeah, it will work. And that takes care of that problem. Okay? So we'll hit that. Hopefully you'll connect there. You'll connect there, just like the original plan was. You don't need to be connected to each other, but we do need to have you be... hang on. Get over here. Where is it? Oh no. Wait, I saw it. Where is it? Oh, come on. Don't be that way. There you go. Okay, so I want you there, and you there. Very good. This goes to another connection. So we can govern sort of like where everything goes. So this will go like that, I guess. Yep. Let's go ahead and have everything built. Queue it up. We'll have this road, I think, just built with resources just to get it working so that the vehicles and stuff can bring it here to build this warehouse. The kind of the same thing with these roads too. I want them to be able to build it, and they need roads to get here. So what we'll do is we'll have this road is going to get changed, and it's going to basically move across here and connect like that. And then you'll come down, but mostly importantly here, you're going to go... Oh, don't you dare. This is what I get for pixel hunting this before. All right, you know what? Come on, I know you want to. You did it before. Don't do this. You were totally up for this before. So I just can't end it. I had to go like this. And then you were going to do the same thing. Don't be that way. I can always move the warehouse back a little bit too. I have room to do that. Oh, wait. Come on. Oh, there. And then now I need to... Ooh, hey, okay. Interesting. Okay. Straight across, straight in. So silly. So silly. Build, and then take this away. Take this away. There, it's done. All these will be connected now. So we'll have them build these roads. Probably want to build some of these with rubles. We have the rubles to do it. And this will allow me to start getting construction on these buildings. So I think probably we'll go ahead and do a lot of these with rubles right now. The construction teams have enough to worry about anyway to get all this set up and running. Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll let this road didn't exist before, but mostly I wanted a path so they can get to these two buildings. Okay, we're almost done here. This has got to connect here. Don't you dare. You were doing this before, don't you lie. You are a liar. I don't know if it was doing this before. I actually am not familiar with whether or not it was doing it before or not. I have enough room over here to rebuild this though. Like I can reposition this. It's not a problem. Here. Yeah, I could probably just go right on the main road like this. Especially if I move those power lines too. That would give me the space easily. Let's not do it if I can avoid it though. I'm lazy. It would take a lot less effort to just replace these though. Certainly would. Due to existing infrastructure. You lie. Huh? Do I have to angle you more? Yeah, that's probably it. Okay. We'll angle you to here then. Okay. There. And then the power lines need to be reconnected. Like that. Okay. Sure. No problem. So there we go. Clothing factories, right? Fabric, warehouses, overflow warehouse, main distribution warehouse. We have the clothing factory here, another one here, and these all get hooked up, of course, to each other. So we can kind of, you know, maybe play around with that a little bit. Obviously, we need this to come over. Yep, like that. Nope, I guess it's not going to work. Hi. Like that and like that. And then we can have you go this way could. Or I want another forklift. I still want another forklift. Can I do it here? Ooh, maybe. Oh, come on. All right, maybe it'll have to be down here. Yeah. That's okay. It's fine. This is an okay spot for it. So we'll have another one down here. And then you might be wondering, okay, well, like, you know, clothing, you're going to need chemicals and all that stuff. Well, here's the thing. Crops are right here. We need them over here. Trucks bring it there. Then we also need chemicals to do the process over here. So the very same trucks that are bringing the crops over here, when they come back, they'll be bringing chemicals with them. And this will be like a symbiotic relationship. So there you go. This is my plans for creating our own clothing and getting it all nice and tight in this little area. I'm really glad it worked out. A little bit of jigsaw puzzling, but that's the nature. That's the theme of the channel, right? Is we solve puzzles, and I'm glad that you were here to join me for it. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and build these bridges now. Let's just build them so you can see what they look like. For those of you who stuck around as soon as you heard my closing, right? But thanks for watching. That means the video's done. I can click away. There's nothing else to see. Yeah, you get rewarded for sticking around. See? There you go. Gonna see how these bridges work. All the way down. Did that one with dollars, but whatever. And there we go. Uh-huh. Look at these bridges, huh? Oh, looks nice. Yeah, and they can go over top the bridges now. The trains are gonna go underneath the bridges. 1, 2 bridges. It's well about the downslope through here though. Like, getting fuel is kind of tight, but whatever, it's fine. It's gonna work. It has clearance, so that's all that matters. And yeah, so there you go. That's the whole industry. These things will all get hooked up. We'll have another forklift over here, and we should have 8, 12 forklifts moving things around here, which I think is plenty. But leave me your thoughts, comments, all that stuff down below. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.